All right, welcome back. So now I'll be talking about autofill feature, mastering the autofill feature, and our Excel sheet. We're going to enter number. So I could basically do one like this, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and do it all down. But the question is, in a case where you have a large data set, for instance, you had a list of 1,000, people or 1,000 members of staff, and you're working on that data, are you going to have to start writing 1, 2, 3 down to 1,000? So that's where the Excel autofill feature comes in to help us to make our work easier. So in this case now, I want to number this from 1 to this should be 1 to 10. So what I just need to do is write the first two, 1 and 2. Enter. After writing the first two, I just highlight both. I could either use shift and arrow down to highlight both, or I will click on the first one and drag downwards, which is not advisable because it's going to change. I mean, I could actually do it like this and drag it down, and it's just going to have 1, 1, 1 all through. Then we have this autofill option here. I could click on autofill option and I could just say, let's check different options. I click on copy series, nothing changes. Fill series, nothing changes, which was the default. Field formatting, it's worse. Fill without formatting, and the last option is flash fill. So that one is but that's not what we want. So right now, if I were to use that option, I would probably just click on, I'll only use only one. If I just click only one and I do this, then I can do the fill series and it's going to number it. That's one option. That's one way to go about it. You probably just do the first one and then you drag down. Everything is going to be filled with the same value, the same data value. Then you come this autofill option and just pick fill series. So it numbers 1 to 10. That's one option. Another option is to just write number 1 and number 2. And then once you write number 1 and 2, which I was explaining initially, you highlight both of them like this. And then highlighting both of them, you're already making Excel understand that, okay, the relationship between them is likely to be 1, 2, 3 plus 1. So it gives an incremental value of 1. And if I just double click that, I could either drag it down like this or double click this edge. Put your cursor. You can see that when I put my cursor at this edge, it changes. The cursor sign changes to black, unlike what I have here. Once I have this sign, I could just double click and it auto complete every other thing. So peradventure you're working on a data set whereby the numbering it's not serial number now, it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, or maybe you're only doing odd numbers. So 1 and 3. If I do 1 and 3 like this, if I highlight both of them and I do the autofill, Excel already automatically assumes that probably I want an incremental value of 2, 1, 3, 5. So it just gives an incremental value of 1, 3, 5, and it follows that pattern. So highlighting the first two is to give Excel an idea of what kind of should I say series you want. Yeah, that's the word. What kind of series you want. So back to the initial, we have 1 and 2, and then I just highlight both of them. Now beyond numbers, there are quite a number of other things. Like I also said, you can also do 0. I can do 2, and once I highlight these two together and I drag it down, it gives 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I could do something like let's say 5, 10, 15, 20, and all of that. Sorry. So I could do 5, 10, 15, 20. So I have 5 here, I have 10 here. Excel already assumes that this must be a 5, 10 relationship, 5, 10, 15. So once I highlight both of them and I autofill, if I double click here, it fills up to where is the last row. This is the last row in this table. So Excel autofills up to this point. But peradventure you don't want it to fill. I just want to fill maybe up to row 6. I could just drag it manually, put my cursor still at that edge and left click and drag it down to row 6, and you can see it stops there. This is row 6. But if I want it to fill up everything, I could just do the double click, and then that is it's exactly just how I want it. So beyond numbers, we can also do for weeks. For instance, we have the days of the week. Let's assume we have Sunday. If I input Sunday here and I do the the autofill, it also, let's make this wider. It does Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and it keeps on. It just continues the flow like that, assuming that that is exactly what I want. So now, that is one option, right? That's one option. Now I could just do something like, let me reverse this. So I could do some. Let me just drag it initially. All right, it's filled. So if I click this autofill option, it has various options as well. So I could say few days, nothing changes. Few weekdays, that is, I want it to just loop around the days of the week. That is Sunday and Monday to. So apart from the first one that started on Sunday, every other thing, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, back to Monday. That is only weekdays. Let me see flash fill. Okay, we don't want this. So these are just various options depending on what you want. So I think this is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. This is the original. You could also have months like January. So if I autofill this as well, it has it just assumes that okay, it's a January, February, March down to this. And the question is, when it reaches December, what happens next? It continues again from January, December, January. So that's just basically, all about the autofill. So autofill could actually be useful in the different use cases, especially when you are doing when we get to do formulas and functions, you understand, calculating using autofill. You would understand later. It's very helpful. So I'm just going to clear all this old data because we need our space clean. We don't need it for now. All right now. So in the next video, I'll probably be talking about column headers. Well, we already have column headers. So column headers, literally, we already have a column header. It makes it look like a table. So imagine we had this. Let me just delete this. Imagine that this is what it looks like. It's kind of not very explanatory, but addition of column headers is very vital. It makes it look more like a table. And so using what we've learned before, we could just like add should I say make it bold or something, or any other formatting we want. So in the next video, like I was saying, we'll probably be talking about highlighting cells, how to highlight cells. So see you in the next video.